Gosh, kapow! Hello and welcome to Stanchion Snacks. A bit of a mouthful. This week is a very special one because this is the first current player that I am going to be representing. I feel like the current squad need a little bit of love and a little bit of help. And this person in particular, because I think this is arguably one of the best players at the club, but it just hasn't quite worked out for them this season. So today's dish is going to represent Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Here's Taylor scoring the winner thanks to a lovely flick on by Adam Armstrong there the last time we met at Loftus Road. We'll certainly take that again. Go on, Saints. THB, as he's known to his friends. So we are going to create a THB. So what is a THB? Wow. I started off by getting the ingredients for a BLT. So we have some beautiful bacon here. I've just been down to my local market and I bought 3 slices of the best quality back bacon money could buy. This comes from Maynard's in Shropshire, which is a wonderful butcher that do deliver online. So check them out. And this is outdoor with beautiful, beautiful pork. I don't eat a lot of pork and I really don't eat a lot of bacon. So when I do, I make sure it's the absolute best. The B, the Bellis, we're keeping that one. The tomato, the Taylor, we are keeping that one. And then we have the lettuce. The what? The L? There's no L. So through the magic of television, we're going to take this lettuce and turn it into a H, a halloumi. So this is going to be a THB, Taylor Harwood-Bellis, a tomato, a halloumi, and a bacon sandwich. Now we're going to do something very, very interesting with the tomato, but the first thing that we absolutely have to do is prepare this halloumi. We're going to grill it, but there is something that this is my top tip for halloumi. So I think we're probably going to want to cut this into like maybe 4 pieces. I think I want some nice thick slices. If we were in a restaurant, we certainly wouldn't. We would probably cut this into 8, I would say, but we're going to go into 4. Who cares? And what we're going to do with this halloumi is we're going to marinate it. And we're doing that for a very, very important reason. And that's to kind of take away that sort of squeakiness in the halloumi. So I'm just going to lay it into this lovely little tub here. If you don't have tubs like this at home, you don't eat enough curries. And then all we're going to do is just squeeze a bit of juice on. So either lemon or lime, something with acid in it. And we're going to leave that for as long as possible. So ideally overnight. Give this little wipe down. So I'm not going to be doing anything avant-garde with the bacon. I'm just going to be treating it with a little bit of love. The work's been done for me by the lovely people at Maynard's. Rob from Maynard's, who's a guy that I've known for a very, very long time. Hey, if you're watching, lovely people at Maynard's, hello, it's Ed here. From the, well, originally from the Golden Cross fame, and then from the Saracen fame, and then from Eat Up fame. Sorry about how things ended there, nothing to do with me. And then very, very briefly from the Cat's Pajamas fame. And my good friend Heidi was in the shit, so to speak. I had to go and help her out last Christmas, or the Christmas before, I can't remember. Bacon, we're just going to cook beautifully. I'm just going to put that through the oven. So now it's time to prepare our tomato. And I wouldn't be much of a chef. This wouldn't be much of an interesting program, would it? If I was just slicing up some tomatoes super thin, which I can do, by the way. So we're going to make a beautiful chutney. A tomato chutney. Now this is an Indian chutney, really. If we were in the UK, well, British tomato chutney, most of them is tomato, and then it's probably got twice as much apple in it, and then half the amount of sugar, half the amount of vinegar, boil it up, blitz it together, stick it in the jar, sell it for £1 down your local pub. Great, but we're going to be creating an Indian chutney here, which is very different. No vinegar, maybe no sugar. We'll see how we get on. So starting with a diced onion, 2 onions actually, and then peeled some ginger, chop that up just to help us because we're going to smash it up in a pestle and mortar. A little bit of salt will help to extract that. And then the same with 2 cloves of garlic, and then a chilli. That one's hot. So make sure you taste them both, because the first one, not hot at all. This one, very, very hot. And then we're going to dice these chilies up. So two chilies in total. It can be a rough dice, but you know, it's nice to do nice things. And then about 4 or 5 tomatoes. Dice them up as well. We want them to be the same size so that they cook evenly. So over to the stove, a little bit of oil in a pan, sweat off those onions, and we're going to add a couple of curry leaves. They're quite, they're not that strong actually, curry leaves, so I added about 5. And then our garlic, our ginger, our chilli. Now I toasted off some mustard seeds and some coriander seeds just in a dry pan, and then I'm just going to let them cool down whilst I add some turmeric, some smoked paprika and some cumin. Grind your fresh herbs, so to speak, and then add all the tomatoes and let that cook down. Oh, look at this. We've got these beautiful tomatoes which have cooked down really, really nicely. We'll give them a quick taste. Just check. So I added a spoon of sugar off camera. Can you see me there? I bet that's a really weird shot, like I'm that sort of train guy. I'm going to taste this. That's
a great way to blow away the morning cobwebs.
My good old friend, Mr. Hand Blender. Socket's not turned on. Great. Boiling kettle. Whistling away. And we're going to sterilize this jar. And goes our chutney. You could also use this as the base to a curry sauce, or as a marinade. You can marinate like chicken or paneer in it or something like that. Chutney. Done. Sensational. So let's start cooking. Let's go for it. So first things first, we'll get the bacon on. If I wanted really, really crispy bacon, or if you want really, really crispy bacon, use streaky. I prefer sort of a back bacon, certainly for a sandwich, you know. I want that sort of hamminess. So that's going straight in. Roaring hot pan, my favourite one. It's already hot. I slipped that in the oven when the oven was on, just so that we could save a little bit of time. Bit of oil in there. Halloumi, beautifully marinated. I've just been sort of turning it over every now and then. And you know how you know things are good, like this chutney, is now I'm absolutely desperate. I've washed this spoon, by the way. To go in and have another taste. This, my friends, is worth your license fee as it is. Oh, that's the tea. That's only the Taylor. We've still got the Harwood. Right, let's get the Harwood on. In it goes. Well, that was exciting, wasn't it? I've just had another spoon of that chutney, and I've had to pour myself a beer. Honest to God. It's so good. What I should have done is just made that chutney and some poppadom, because that's all you need, and a beer. Bon appetit, guys. No, I am going to carry on the video, but we've learned something whilst we've been away. Look at this halloumi. This hasn't really cooked very well. We've ended up with all these little sort of skirts that stuck to the pan, which tastes great. But I think with halloumi, the key, dry pan, oil the halloumi. So I've taken it out and we're going to start again. Look at that. Oh, yes. We'll pop that on there. Drink a bit more of my beer. Halloumi, I'm just going to slip into the oven now, I think. Nicely cooked on both sides. It's really soft and tender, and the marinade helps. It's so soft, but not squidgy, so that's going to be delicious. We need that pan. So what we will do, we'll have a look at the bacon. Here he is. He's getting there. Halloumi is going to go on the tray. There we go. So we're going to start with a blob of mayo, a real nice amount of our chutney, halloumi, again 2 pieces like that, and then our bacon. So just about 2 minutes on that side. We're only really cooking the bread. Obviously everything inside is cooked, so I'm going to pour myself another beer, a bit more of a beer. That will just about do. So look, flippy flippy, look at that. Oh, hello. Right, so here we go. Always a triangular cut. Let's dig in. So this is my THB, my Taylor Harwood-Bellis. Tomato, bacon, halloumi. Let's give it a go. No salad anywhere. Bon appetit, guys. Oh my days. That is a sandwich. Now, the quality of the bacon is really coming through. There's no squidginess of the halloumi at all. Everything's so soft, just it melts in your mouth. This is a good one. I'm really hoping this sandwich brings you lots of luck for the rest of the season, Taylor and Saints. Here's the clean sheets and headers from corners, please. That, first thing on the morning, not hard work. Get your chutney made well in advance, wake up, cook a bit of bacon, cook a bit of halloumi, pop it in a sandwich. I was going to say have a cup of tea, but open a tin, why not? The thing with BLTs is they often fall apart, they're a little bit slimy, a little bit whoa. This is solid, it holds together. It's what we want from you, Taylor. Solid! Holding the whole defence together. Honest, this is a triumph. Bon appetit, guys. Leave, like and subscribe, and go watch some of my other videos. There's some absolute corkers back there that aren't getting watched at the moment. Get back there, watch, scroll down, there's some great ones. Bon appetit.